Hey VC's Todd Guy, Thrashing Zombie here, with a oh, excuse me, CD and cassette update. No vinyl. Uh, I went to a couple of different places over the last couple of weeks. The first place I went to was Consign and Design. A little story: I had to get my brakes uh, fixed, like new brakes, pads, and everything. Shit's expensive. Anyway, it was right down the road from Consign and Design, and they said it was gonna take a few hours. So I was gonna go to Consign and Design and basically go through all the records the guy has there. Because I mentioned Consign and Design a lot, and there's one guy that had thousands of records. They're not in alphabetical order; they're just thrown in there willy nilly. And I had time. I was just gonna freaking go through all of the records because the last few times I haven't been going through them all. Just kind of searching through the front stuff because generally the same shit all the time. This time I was gonna go through everything. Like I said, I had time. Got up there, fucking gone. The guy took all his records and left. I don't know what happened. If he wasn't able to pay the fee, the rental fee or whatever it is, because it's because you have to pay like a fee every month. So I don't know what happened. Both sections he had are completely empty, just gone. I was a little pissed. I was like, now what the fuck am I gonna do? But I was looking around and stuff. There was one little section that somebody had of some cassettes, maybe 20, 30 of them, 20, 30 CDs. And surprisingly, they had a couple of cassettes that I was interested in. I'm going to show the CD first, though. They had a CD. They had this Black Sabbath Dehumanizer CD. Never actually owned this on any kind of media. I dropped the ball when it came out on vinyl. I couldn't find anywhere that was selling it, basically. Didn't have it on Amazon for some reason. This is the what is it? 16th album. The third with Dio after he left after Mob Rules, came back and did this one. This was released in 1992. Computer God, TV Crimes on here. That's pretty good. Master of Insanity, Time Machine. It's a pretty good album. Buried Alive, Time Machine, Wayne's World version. So, yeah, it's pretty good. So I thought that was interesting. Fairly cheap, maybe $8, I think. And then two cassettes. Prong, Beg to Differ. Quite surprised to see that there. I don't see Prong anywhere. Yeah, clear. Pretty nice condition. J cards complete. $5 maybe. So that was pretty cool. I really like this album. It's got Beg Differ on here. The Instrumental DSB. Lost and Found, Your Fear, Take It in Hand. I like Prove You Wrong better, but I like this album as well. And then this one, which I've been looking for a copy on cassette. I have it on CD. I have it on vinyl. It's been released on vinyl like freaking 1,000 times in the last freaking 15 years. Never haven't had a cassette for a while though. Had it on cassette when I was a kid or teenager, I should say. Skid Row's first album. What does there say about this album? Every song on here is great, but the big hits, of course, were 18 in Life, I Remember You, and the first single was Youth Gone Wild. But everything on here is great, from Big Guns, Sweet Little Sister, Can't Stand the Heartache, Piece of Me, Rattlesnake Shake, Here I Am, Making a Mess, Midnight Tornado. Everything on here is great. The debut album. This is from 1989. So, yeah, Skid Row, great stuff. And then, wait, I need that one still. That's, The Prong actually was their second album from 1989 as well. So, notes. But, anyway, on to the next one. I have two cassettes and two more CDs here. This is from somewhere else. A little story here. I went to Queechee Antique Mall or whatever the fuck it was called. I took some videos, disjointed videos, which I'm going to show right about here. Walking around the antique place, some vinyl there. I actually only went there for I was looking for blank cassettes because there was one place, the first place, um, usually has blank cassettes for sale, sealed blank cassettes, and they didn't have any this time. So, but I walked around. And luckily, I did because then I found that spot with all the cassettes. If you could see any of the names on there, there's a bunch of cassettes that I would have loved to buy, but I had to kind of stay within a budget. Um, my budget was around $30 because the blank cassettes I remember he was selling those for $7 or $8 because they're pretty good cassettes and they're sealed still and they're from way back I think. Anyway, so I had a budget of around $30. And another funny thing about this, the stuff I bought came up to $30 exactly, but then there would have been tax. I didn't put the tax in there, but I only got charged $25, and they didn't charge me for one of the CDs, and I didn't realize that until I left because I was looking at the cassettes and the CDs, and one of them still had the sticker on it, but the other ones did not. They always take the stickers off, and they put them on a piece of paper, and then so the person knows, that they sold that. But they didn't charge me for one of them, and I didn't even realize it until afterwards. I wasn't gonna go back, so I actually got 3 cassettes. I threw one of them away. I wasted money on it. Got home, looked at the tape, and right where it was when I took it out, it was all twisted. So I was like, that's not gonna really play. Popped it in. It was a little weird at first, and it started playing. And I rewound it some more, past the twisted part, and it was playing backwards, like the other side backwards. Flipped it over, did the same thing, playing the other side backwards. I have no way to fix that, so I threw it away. It was Collective Soul's self-titled album with the blue cover. So I said, fuck it. I can't fix it. I don't know who can fix it. So it's take the money and burn it. Whatever. So anyway, here are the couple of cassettes I bought from that big space with all the cassettes. And yeah, there's other ones like the Aussies I would have loved to buy. There was freaking AC/DCs. There was, I forgot what else was there. Bunch of other cool stuff from Judas Priest. But I got these because I don't know. I just got these instead. XYZ. You don't see this very often. Somebody I was watching showed, it's either video or Instagram, they had a copy of this on vinyl. I think it may have just been reissued by somebody. I like it, but not enough to buy the vinyl. I actually looked it up, and it was like, that's a little too much for me. But the cassette, this was $5. So I have a copy of this, but I didn't have a case with a J card, and I wanted a case and J card. Or has a case, but doesn't have the J card, and I wanted the J card. So, yeah, XYZs. Couldn't tell you the names of the songs. I know it's some kind of in the vein of the hair glam metal scene, and I like it. So that was from 1989 as well. That was their debut. And then this one, never heard of this album. This is Jackal, Cut the Crap. I had no idea what album this was. It's their 3rd album. Came out in 1997. I think the only Jackal album I know is their first one. I don't know any other ones. They've had quite a few right up until the 2010s or so. They may even released one, if I remember correctly, when I saw. There might be a new one coming out by Jackal. Don't really hear about them a lot. I do need to change the case because the case is dirty. Look at it. You see that, how dirty that is? Comes with a J card. The tape's in nice condition. It's got one of these kind of J cards, just like the XYZ one. Like I said, I couldn't tell you any of the names on here. Sounds like Jackal though. Dumbass Country Boy. Locked and Loaded. Open Up. Misery Loves Company. I wonder if that's a cover of Anthrax's song. Probably not. Let's Don't Go There. Cut the Crap. Twice as Ugly. God Strike Me Dead. Thanks for the Grammy. Speak of the Devil. Push Pull. I listened to part of the first song, Dumbass Country Boy. That sounds like Jackal. So that was pretty cool find. And then the 2 CDs. I have this on vinyl. I got an original copy on vinyl that I bought at Newberry Comics, used. Has a promo sticker on it, and parental advisory sticker on the back, which generally they are part of the cover, not just a sticker, but this one was an actual sticker. I could kind of feel it, which is kind of weird. This is LL Cool J's Bad, short for Bigger and Deafer. It's got a song on Bad on here. The Bristol Hotel, My Rhyme Ain't Done. Go Cut Creator Go. I Need Love. Let's Get Ill on the ill tip. I love old LL Cool J. Old school rap, some good shit. I think I listened to this in the car on the way back from Antique Mall. And yeah, it plays through, no skips or anything. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go back there at some point because I'd like to get some more cassettes. At this point in time in my life, though, I only had a certain amount of money I could spend, like I said. And then this one, I don't know why I bought this. I loved this when it first came out. I had the cassette. I think it was a cassette. Yes. And I played it all the time. And then I re-listened to it because it was coming out on vinyl for like the first time ever outside of Europe, I think. Maybe it was in Europe. It was released, but not in the US. And I didn't get a copy because it sold out. Of course it sold out. I knew it was going to. And I listened to it, and I was like, I don't really want it anyway. I don't really like it anymore. It's okay. Some of the songs are good. I mean, it's one of the better cover albums. Some of the songs on here aren't the greatest, but that's Nativity in Black, a tribute to Black Sabbath. I never could stand Megadeth's cover of Paranoid. I thought it was just horrible. But I did like Biohazard's cover of After Forever. White Zombie Children of the Grave was a good cover. Don't really remember 1000 Homo DJ's cover of Supernaut. Ozzy Osbourne with Therapy's cover of Iron Man. Wasn't a huge fan of that either. I did like Lord of This World by Corrosion of Conformity. They did a really good job with that. Sepultura's Symptom of the Universe was great. Bullring Brummies. Can't really remember that one that well either. Same with Bruce Dickinson, Godspeed, Sabbath Bloody Sabbath. Ugly Kid Joe, NIB. I mean, I don't know. And the thing that pissed me off was 11, Faith No More, War Pigs Live. They took that off their fucking album. All these other ones they did the covers just for this. That was just taken off Faith No More's album. The Sure Thing, whatever it was. I'm pretty sure that was on there. And then one of the best songs on here, Typo Negative's cover of Black Sabbath. Just creepy and wonderful. I loved it so much. Little story with that. I was hanging out with a friend. He had a girlfriend who had a kid who was like 8 years old. And he was watching him one day. And we're in my vehicle. I think it was a truck I had at the time with a cassette player. And I was playing this, and that song came on. And after it was done, he's like, "Can we hear that again?" So we played it again. And then he wanted to ride with me one of the time we were going somewhere. And his mom said, "Fine, that's fine." So we got in, and as soon as we got in, he popped that cassette tape in. He actually looked for it. He popped it in, and then he would fast forward it or rewound it to the beginning of the song, and then played it. And that's all he wanted to listen to. And that kind of creeped me out. 8 years old, listening to this song that was creepy as fuck. But I was like, whatever, it ain't my kid. So if you want to grow up and be some kind of weirdo, that's a long ass thing, ain't it? I also thought that was kind of cool. They had the cards in there. But anyway, this was released in '94. I wrote down other things for stuff. Like the LL Cool J was his second album, 1987. I did the Jackal. XYZ I did too. This was released in 1994. And there were two more after this. The third one was the worst because it was a bunch of hip-hop artists doing covers of Black Sabbath albums. If you didn't know, go look it up. It's a bunch of like rappers and hip-hop artists covering Black Sabbath tunes. It's fucking weird, and I hate it. But that's it. I hope you enjoyed this. It's a little long because I had the video of me going to the antique place. I'm sorry for the disjointedness. I didn't want one of the people walking around that worked there to say, "Hey, you can't be filming in here." So every time I heard somebody, I would stop it. I didn't want to get into trouble and get kicked out. So I probably should have asked, but I didn't feel like it. I said I wanted to do a video like that. So anyway, cassette, CDs, 3 CDs, and these four cassettes. Should have been 5, but the collector's soul was fucked. That pisses me off. I should have looked at the tape first, I guess. Anyway, till next time, rock on.